What is going on, YouTube? Welcome back to another episode of Pips and Points. I'm your host Jono, and today we're going to be talking about what we always talk about, which is the NAS100. Okay, so my apologies for missing the whole of last week. Well, not the whole of last week. I missed two videos, which was one on the Wednesday, one on the Friday. But I did make that up to you with some back testing, which was dropped yesterday. Lots of useful tips on that. You will find that video at the end of this video in this corner right here. Now, before I get into all of that, I want to give a shout out to all you awesome people that have been giving me all of your support in regards to what I'm doing, showcasing on, well, not showcasing actually, basically showing you how I analyze the NAS100, how I take advantage of certain situations. Okay, so you guys, you are the best. Much love goes out to you. And if you find the content useful in this video, don't forget to hit the subscribe button, turn on the notification, as well as hit the like button too. All right, so with that said, we're gonna pick up from where we left off on Monday, right? And we're gonna bring in all the work that we did. Okay, so this is the work that we did on Monday, with the focus being in this area right here. So this is the area of interest to us, right? What is going on in the zone. Now, what we did, so the first part of this drawing has taken place, and that was this move going up. So let me just change this color, make it red. Actually, no, that's a terrible color. Let's make that blue, and let's make it a little bit thicker. Okay, so on Monday we talked about price pushing up from this level all the way up here, okay, and I caught 90% of the moves up here, but in all fairness, I joined the market roughly around this zone. So I joined around this zone, and then I took it all the way up to around this level right here. That's where I hopped off, and then it's done what it's doing now, and now I'm waiting to see if it's going to retrace back down to the downside to touch this level again one more time. Okay, so one part is done, so we're just going to move that and stick that over here like so, and we're going to go into a lower time frame. So first one is we're going to look at 4 hourly just to get an idea as to what's happening. Okay, and the structure that we got at the top at the 4 hourly, okay, it can somewhat deceive. So I wouldn't be too quick to start putting in sales at this level until we get a clear confirmation that it's breaking to come down to the downside. All right, and where I would normally find such a confirmation would be on a lower time frame, right? On the lower time frame. So all I'm looking for is a break of structure to tell me that I can now join this trend on a downside, and at the moment it hasn't confirmed itself that this is a downtrend. For all we know, this is a consolidation. So let me just zoom in over here. For all we know, this could be a consolidation to the push to the upside. All right, so this could be a consolidation to push to the upside right here. And we're going to go in on the lower time frame just to see how this actually looks, right? And however, this could be a consolidation, okay, to break to the downside. Literally, we have two consolidations going on right now that could give us information in regards to what to do next. So in regards to price pushing up to the upside, okay, price going up, I would take this level, a break above this level as a sign, wait for a pullback down to the downside, okay, and then join it. So I would wait for price to break above 12,866.42 for me to consider jumping in to ride this up, i.e. this overall structure, this channel that we've drawn has broken. Okay, so let me just see if I can get it all back in here. Yep. So it needs to break above this level It needs to break above this level to let me know that the channel has broken and it wants to push up and break free from this structure over here. Okay, and it will need to do that immediately. All right, because I am expecting this level to be broken only after price has made its way down here. So once price makes its way down here, okay, I would expect it to push up and maybe break above. And if it doesn't and it breaks below, then we know we're heading to that order block, which is down here. It could go to this one. This is the most likeliest one that I think it would go to, in my opinion. This is where I think it would go. But however, it could come down to 11,002.93. It could actually come down to this level, but I think it's going to blow past all of these levels and come down to 9643.47. That's what I think is going to happen. All right, and we're just waiting for a confirmation to the downside. That's what we're waiting for. So we're going to see if price does this for us, if it actually is going to do that for us. And if it does, great. If it doesn't, well, we're going to get something at the end of it. So it's either going to be a push to the upside, so we ride it all the way up, or it's going to be a push to the downside. But either way, we're going to get some kind of decision soon. Okay, now why would I say this? Well, first off, let's bring in Forex Factory, and we're just going to rejig the dates around a bit. So okay, so this is the week that we're in now. So today's the 30th, and we've got non-farm payroll coming up. Non-farm payroll coming out this Friday, so that's going to have an impact. So today we've had no news, right? Hence why price just did what it's doing and is now kind of running out of steam according to what we're seeing in the charts. See, it's starting to run out a bit of steam up here. Okay. Tomorrow there's also no news. So whatever price is going to be doing tonight and tomorrow, chances are it's going to keep along with that trend, which in a way could be kind of good for us, because if it's pushing down, then we can kind of ride it down to the downside. All right. On Wednesday we have some news coming in. So Wednesday we got some news coming in at 3 p.m, which is going to be good. So depending on how market is looking, i.e. today, tomorrow and Wednesday, we could continue to ride the wave as we wait for the PMI and the job opening reports to come out. Thursday is the ADP non-farm payroll employment change, and Friday is the day where we need to exercise caution because of the non-farm payroll. But between now and Tuesday, well, between now and Wednesday 3 p.m. GMT, we can just ride the wave and just see what it does and how it does it, because there's nothing really big coming out that could interrupt the overall flow in terms of what we are expecting. All right, so the heat map is looking how I expect the heat map to look, to be fair, right? And it's green. Everything on there is looking absolutely green, right? Which is great. So with that, we're just going to go back into the NAS, right? And this is something that I haven't done in a while, but we're just going to zip through this. We're just going to zip through to see exactly what's going on. Okay, just to give us an idea if we're going to get our way or not. So let's go into a daily. And as you can see, Tesla started to push up. So Tesla started to push up, which is good. So it's kind of created a new low, which is in line with this overall structure, which leads me to believe that this was strong manipulation. So chances are probably Elon Musk, don't quote me on this, right? I'm just saying, just an assumption. Somebody with a lot of money end up buying quite a lot of Teslas on this day, because that is a serious push to the upside, right? It's pushed it all the way up, and now obviously we've got normal trade going on, so just a normal buyers that are running through, right? And we can see where it's left off from and now it looks like there's a very good chance it is going to head up to the top of the structure over here. So if you're thinking about picking up some Teslas, well, it's at it's still a discount. Okay, so it's still a discount at, what's the current price now? It is at $759. So it's not a bad price to buy some Teslas right now. Okay, let's jump into Google. Okay, now Google is pushing up, so we've done some little squigglies on here, some little squiggly drawings, and we can see it's pushed down and now it's pushing back up again. So we now need to see what this is. And if I look at how this overall structure is looking in terms of how I've drawn it, okay, I would say that it's actually not going to be pushing up now, right? It could do, but I don't think it's going to be pushing up. I think it's going to be doing something on the lines of like this for a little bit, which is going to come down here and then go back up again, and then maybe come back down again, and then maybe push back up. That is what I'm thinking Google might do, but we'll see. We'll see in the coming days and weeks if Google actually does that, right? Amazon too is pushing up, but it's gone into a range. So it's gone into a range over here. As you can see, this is the range. Now, is it going to break above this level and push up? Who knows? But if I was CFD trading Amazon right now, I'd be putting in my sales at this level to ride it down to 2048.02. That is what I will be looking to do, seeing where it is at the moment. But it could push all the way up, so we'll see what it does. But at the end of the day, everything is looking green right now. And like I said in all my previous videos, when everything is looking green, it's good for the NAS. And look what the NAS has gone and done. It's basically fulfilled the first part of the structure that I said was going to get filled, and now we want to wait to see if it's going to pull back down. So we've looked at what? Amazon, Google, and Tesla. Okay, so let's just see what that could mean for us. We're just going to go back into Tesla again, right? So if Tesla continues to push up, the NAS is going to break beyond that structure that we've drawn. It's going to keep going up. Okay, it's going to keep going up, right? Same thing with Google. If Google breaks above this level, we're heading to the top of that structure, and the top of that structure, in my opinion, will be this level over here. But we wouldn't be keeping an eye on Google. Why? Because our eyes will be on that NAS. Same thing with this at the moment. Same thing with this. Now, as I say, do not quote me on this, because I am not infallible. I'm not all perfect. I'm not all knowing, right? I'm not any of these things. I'm just a guy taking the best estimate strategies based on what I think the NAS is going to do. All right. And Netflix. Well, Netflix has produced a higher low at this level, right? So this more or less is looking a little bit like this, right? This is what we got going on with Netflix right now. And I literally cancelled my Netflix like yesterday. So who knows, maybe that will have a little impact. So what we've got is we have an inverted head and shoulders. This is the head, shoulder, shoulder, right? So let's see what it does, if it's going to break down and continue to fall and continue to fall. So let's just see what it does. That's all we can do, is just wait and see what it does. But Netflix right now is at a very, very, very good price. A very good price indeed from where it was, which was, so it has fallen from $689.26. That's how far it's dropped down to. Okay, and it could go possibly lower. And if it does, we'll see what kind of relationship that has with the overall NAS. Bearing in mind, the big boys have to do the same too. And if they don't, then it's irrelevant. So let's look at Apple. And as we can see with Apple, Apple has gone all the way down, reached this price action level, where there's an order block sitting over here right now. Sitting right here, so it's touched that. And it's now pushing its way all the way back up again. Now, will it make it all the way up to this level? Only time will tell, right? And like I say, if all of the rest of the stocks that we've looked at, if they all push to the top of this level right here, then it's fair to assume that the NAS will be breaking the structure that we've looked at, and it will be going up to reach a new high within that structure itself. Do not forget, the overall trend of the NAS is currently in a downtrend. We do need a couple of things to happen before we can consider it an up. But either way, even if it is pushing up, there is still some major pips it can give us. So now we're on Facebook, and I did some drawings on here before, right? And I've literally, well, they're gone now. I wish I had kept them, but Facebook is staying within the structure itself. So it's produced a higher low over here. It's currently pushing up. So in my opinion, it might come down. Will it come down to this line that I've drawn? I don't know. But it has produced a higher low, right? Even though it's pushing up at the moment. So we have to wait to see what that does. And sorry about that. And most importantly is we have to keep an eye on this move also. This move also is important. Okay, so it's produced a higher low over here and a lower high over here. I mean a lower high over here. That's what, yeah, a lower high over here. Okay, and a lower low over here and a lower high over here. Right, so this whole thing is going into a squeeze. It is going into a squeeze. So we're going to need to figure out what direction this is going to spill out into. Is it going to spill to the upside, or is it going to spill downwards? That we don't know, but in the coming days and weeks we're going to surely find out. Okay, and now we're looking at Microsoft, and as you can see, Microsoft has pushed back up to a price action level. We do have an order block sitting over here, so we've got one order block here and we've got another one right here. Okay, two order blocks sitting at the zone. Is it going to break through and push up? Well, that is something that we have to wait to see, and these moves will have an impact on the overall direction of where we think the NAS is going to go. Okay, so now we have Nvidia, and Nvidia 2 is pushing up. Okay, and one of the main things that guys need to be keeping an eye on is the overall structure of the stock itself, where price currently is and what the NAS is doing. This is going to help us, but this hasn't done anything that we can say, okay, we're going to get a super trend emerging out of the NAS anytime soon. At the moment, everything is still on that level of where it is, which is within that channel, and what's going on here makes sense. Now, should price push up to this zone right here, which is I think is 188, and then pull back down again, then at least what I said in regards to the level where the NAS was, which is, let's go back to that, which is 9634.47 is a realistic place for it to go to. Okay, ultimately it's going to be heading down to the zone, I believe, in my opinion, which is 6660.06. That's where I think ultimately the NAS is going to end up before it does anything to say it's going to push it upside. But that's just my opinion on that. So okay, so now we're on PayPal, and PayPal is doing something that I always know with a fair degree of accuracy that it's going to break and head down to the downside. Okay, so we had the same move over here, and now we've got the same move happening down here also. Okay, so this doesn't fill me with confidence that this is pushing up, and if it does push up, this is the level that it needs to break, which is $118.10. If it does that, great, we know PayPal is pushing up, but for the meantime it's not. So now let's look at Pepsi, and Pepsi spilled to the downside, and now it's pushing back up again. Okay, so what is Pepsi going to do? Bearing in mind we have a lower high right here. Is it going to produce another lower high, or is it going to produce a new higher high? So in my opinion, Pepsi will need to break this level, and this level. Okay, right? But only time will tell. It's not very clear with Pepsi. Okay, and don't forget, Pepsi is a minor player in regards to what the NAS is really going to be doing in terms of the actual decisions that the NAS makes. The decisions are based off Tesla, Google, Amazon, Netflix, Apple, Facebook, Microsoft. Those are the ones that normally determine the trend of the NASDAQ. Right, so now let's look at EA. Okay, now EA is showing that it wants to push up to the upside, which is fantastic. Okay? This is EA right now. Electronic Arts. So if you guys are into your gaming, EA is the guy for that. And let's see. Let's go what it needs to break. So EA is going to need to break this level. This level right here. And bearing in mind, it's already broken a level to push to the upside, okay? But it now needs to break the structure level. And this is one of the levels that needs to be considered for a break. So let's see what EA does. But it's pushing up at the moment. It is pushing up, okay? So all of this is supporting what the NAS is currently doing right now. Same thing with eBay. So obviously we've got eBay pushing up. So eBay is pushing up now, okay? So it went from $43 to now $48.48. Okay, this is where eBay is at right now. eBay could go up some more or fall some more, okay? But only time will tell what eBay is actually going to do. And like I said, all of these moves over here, it helps support what the NAS could potentially do in the coming days and weeks. So now let's get back to the NAS. Okay, so a lot of what we're looking at right now, as you can see, they're all green, right? A lot of what we're looking at right now confirms where the NAS is currently right now. Okay, so the question is, in the next couple of hours or the next couple of days, is it going to continue to, is it going to break beyond this structure and push up to the upside of say 13,908.97? It could do that, but I personally think it's going to start pushing down from where it is right now. That's what I think the NAS is going to do. It's going to start pushing down. So with that said, guys, I want to thank you for coming over to watch another episode of Pips and Points. If you found the content useful and you want to see more content just like it, I release videos on a Monday, Wednesdays, and a Friday. Okay, so just to make sure you get notified, hit the subscribe button. And if you can't be bothered to do that, God knows why, but you can't be bothered to do that, just drop us a like, right? And yeah, just drop us a like or leave a comment in regards to how you found the video. Either way, I appreciate it. Okay, I want to thank you for giving me your precious time, guys. You've been the best as always. I truly appreciate you all, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video, which will be on Wednesday. So for now, this is Jono signing out.